Hey YouTube, hey Young and the Restless fans, Thanksgiving week is here. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. But it means it's going to be a shortened week this week, but there's still plenty of drama on the way. So let's get into what the spoilers are telling us for this week, the week of November 25th. Well, first of all, look for Phyllis to have a flashback about her accident. What is Phyllis going to remember? What's her flashback going to reveal? Spoilers say Phyllis has a painful reminder about her accident, so it looks like Phyllis is going to recall an important bit of evidence from the night of her accident. And I'm wondering if this could be something like what happened on Days of Our Lives with Sarah. Sarah had a flashback about her accident and saw that it was Fiona who was behind the wheel, not Brady. So will Phyllis see something in her flashback that proves that it wasn't Sharon, but maybe someone else, maybe someone like Jordan? We know Ian Ward and Jordan are orchestrating events behind the scenes, and we know someone else was on the road that night, so maybe Phyllis sees that it was another person, another car, and not Sharon. Of course, making out details on a dark night would be very difficult, but in the world of soap operas, anything is possible, so we'll see if Phyllis has a memory that tells her something, that something bigger could be going on here, and that maybe it wasn't Sharon. This flashback could be a real shocker, and Phyllis is going to be alarmed by it, so she's going to be wide-eyed when she has this memory when it comes back to her. So she'll keep this information to herself, though, for now, so it's going to be interesting to see what she remembers. Is she going to have total recall about what happened that night? Stay tuned. Phyllis also mentioned she was texted from Sharon's phone and believes she was lured out onto the road. And Nick is going to bring this up to Mariah and Faith. Faith, though, will explain that Sharon was missing her phone that night. And Nick will conclude that Sharon couldn't have been the one to send those texts. Mariah, though, will think it's possible, though, that maybe Sharon is lying. But we, the fans, know that Jordan and Ian Ward are involved in this. So we'll see if Nick starts to do some investigating and starts digging deeper. And if Phyllis starts to realize that this situation could be a lot worse than she thinks. We'll have to see what her flashback is. And Ian Ward wants Jordan to gather information, especially on Faith and Mariah. So we'll see if Jordan shows up, maybe in disguise. So stay tuned to see what happens next in this compelling story. And over with Victor this week, Victor pushes Billy's buttons. But first, Adam is going to notice Sally and Billy's closeness, but he'll end up sending over a bottle of champagne to them. Victor, on the other hand, will take the opportunity to gloat. Victor's going to remind Billy about losing Chancellor, but Billy will propose a toast to Sally about bringing Victor down. Of course, that's easier said than done going up against the great Victor Newmans, so we'll see what Billy can cook up. The romance, too, is heating up between Billy and Sally, and they've taken their sizzling relationship now to the next level. But rumor has it there could be a love triangle in the works, too, with Billy, Sally, and Phyllis. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Also this week, spoilers say Billy loses his cool with Jill. Billy was blindsided when his mom, Jill, sold the company to Victor. And Jill ended up pulling the rug right out from under Billy's feet. Jill now will hope, though, that she can resolve this with her son, but to Billy, their relationship might be beyond repair at this point. Hopefully that's not the case, and we'll have to see if Billy is able to deal with all of this, or if he spirals at some point. Let's hope not, but Billy does have Sally to lean on, too. Billy also asked Jack if he could return to Jabot, but Jack has other plans that have to do with Kyle. Spoilers say Jack works to repair his relationship with Kyle, and it was Diane who suggested that Jack make Kyle his co-CEO. And then Diane would step down. Jack and Diane had been fooling everyone about breaking up, but that was all a plan to get Kyle away from Victor. Now that that mission is accomplished, they want to bring Kyle back into the fold. So we'll see if the Abbotts can repair their family. Victor also will warn Claire this week about Kyle, so it looks like Victor is going to give Claire another warning that Kyle might let her down in the long run, but so far so good. Claire has been a good influence on Kyle, and she's steering him in the right direction too, to let go of his anger and maybe forgive his parents as well. Victor, though, seems determined to keep Claire and Kyle apart, and I'm wondering, with Summer now blaming Chance for what happened with Daniel and Phyllis, if Summer could try to reunite with Kyle and cause problems for Claire, so we'll see if things go in that direction. Spoilers say for Jack and Diane that they make a confession about their deception this week, and in the preview we see Ashley wanting to throw Diane out, but Jack will pump the brakes on that and say Diane isn't going anywhere. It was all a ruse, right? Jack and Diane staged their breakup and staged their fights to make everyone think they were splitting up, but Jack is going to explain everything as the Abbotts settle in for Thanksgiving. And over with the Newmans, too, they'll have plenty to give thanks for, especially Nikki as she embraces her new role at Chancellor Enterprises. And of course, Nikki is going to honor Catherine by being the new CEO of the company. And it looks like Claire is going to be working with Nikki too, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Also, is Lily going to have a change of heart? Will she end up working with Nikki after all, or will she work with Devon at Winters? We'll have to see. And back with Sharon, Adam offers Sharon moral support this week. Look for Adam to open up to Sharon, but for Sharon, this is a battle she feels she's going to have to fight without Adam. Sharon will also order Cameron Kirsten away from her. It looks like permanently this time. Cameron was the figment, of course, of Sharon's imagination that represented Sharon's worst instincts. And he was encouraging her to go after Daniel. So it looks like Sharon saying goodbye to Cameron now is Sharon taking back some control. And it was great to see Lyndon Ashby back to reprise the role of the ghost of Cameron Kirsten, so that was fun to see. And for Sharon, we still don't fully know the depth of Ian Ward and Jordan's plan and how they were able to manipulate Sharon. But if it had to do with tampering with her medication, that could provide a defense for Sharon, maybe extenuating circumstances. And of course, Michael now is representing Sharon. And of course, Phyllis isn't happy about that, but we'll see if Michael can get Sharon off the hook in this huge ordeal of a situation that she is involved in. And over with Nate this week, Nate opens his home to Amy. Nate will invite Amy Lewis over for Thanksgiving, and in the preview, we see Amy asking Nate if he's reached a decision. "Are you willing to meet your brother?" asks Amy. Amy wants Nate back to track down his brother Damien and reveal to Damien some family secrets, and it looks like Nate might have good news for Amy. Audra, though, is skeptical about Amy's intentions, but it looks like Nate will give Amy the benefit of the doubt and grant her wish. So stay tuned to see how things unfold with this and when we see Damien too in the future. But it's going to be another week of intrigue in Genoa City as Thanksgiving week is here, so don't miss a moment. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Keep it right here for more updates. Watch The Young and the Restless, CBS Daytime and Paramount Plus, and I'll see you in the next video.